Okay, folks, we're going to move on to our next film, which is a fun little number. Which, yes. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your screens. All Stretched Out by Alastair Train.
Pull your chest forward and plant your hips. You should feel a wave of energy. Yes. Jump on the wave. Be on the wave. Be with me.
We're on the beach.
Can you feel the rays? I can. That's negative energy. Taste the rays. Can you taste them? You don't want negative energy.
Feel your sacral chakra open wide.
And that was Stretched Out by Alastair Train. Boom. Okay, so now we are going to say hello to Alastair, who's on the line right now. Hello, Alastair.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Good, thanks. Thanks for coming on. Very nice. Nice to see a little bit of vomit, a little bit of blood, a little bit of intestine. Love and life. So first of all, wanted to say that this is very interesting in relation to our film as well, in relation to our theme as well, because you've taken this concept of true grit and sort of flipped it on its head. And it's a bit of a satire on this oppressive culture of wellness and fake spirituality and all this kind of stuff. So was that your intention? You want to talk a bit about that?
It's quite funny. I mean, I got the idea. So my dad actually teaches yoga. I went to one of his classes, and I'm obviously a beginner. And I did the exact move that my actor Matt was doing, and I thought I was going to rip in half there. So it started off as sort of, I just wanted to make a little sketch about just how fun, like a yoga class where it ends in, well, obviously someone ripping in half. But yeah, definitely, as the story progressed and as I sort of having to add a bit more in it became clear that, yeah, like it is about, like you said, it's sometimes trying too hard isn't the right thing to do. Like you have to know when to take a step back, or in some ways, maybe even know when to give up. You know, you don't always have to impress everybody around you. Society has this thing where it's like, you know what, you have to do the best all the time. If you don't, you can't achieve anything. But actually, sometimes it's, like I said, it's knowing when to just step back and, you know, not rip yourself in half.
Yeah, which conversely takes true grit as well, to really be able to have the guts to be like, I don't need to impress those people, or I don't need to sort of break myself.
So it's about, like you said, have you got the not the moral strength, but the personal strength to be like, maybe I can't do this. I don't need to.
Moral strength is pertinent as well, because sometimes, particularly in the arts, you know, people just need to quit to make other people's lives better. Right, totally. So that's exactly. Moral strength. I'm gonna bring up Arafili. Come on up, Arafili. He's got a few questions from the crowd, I think.
Wow.
Hello, Alastair.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I'm well.
Yeah, you really entertained our audience. They're really loving it. I mean, yeah, it's a brilliant film, but at the same time, you know, it was after this very poignant film about autism, so we really needed a breather, I think.
Yeah, obviously, I'm looking at how amazing all the other films have been tonight. I can see it's like a totally different vibe, but it's still, you know.
No, that's what we like here in Emerging Filmmakers Night. We like that's what we do. So I just want to say to you that Ashley, the director of the first film Single, says that this was hilarious. Abel, we're going to show his film afterwards, says that made him laugh. Phoebe says it's brilliant. Dimitris, it's perfect. There's a lot of great comments. Just to put you on the mood. In the mood or on the mood?
In the mood.
In the mood, okay.
But it still doesn't make sense in this context. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We've got a book on phrasal verbs. Go.
Yeah. So I just want to ask, All Stretched Out is a mix of a lot of genres. So it's a bit of comedy, a bit of horror, gross out comedy, and it has a very lo-fi special effects feel to it. You don't see this trend so much right now. You used to see it in the 70s or in the 80s more.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd say a lot of the films, you know, John Carpenter's one of my favorite directors, David Cronenberg, and a lot of those guys, it is about the practical effects that they used. And obviously you can tell that they're fake, but sometimes you're more willing to believe it when you know it's not just a computer. That's sort of how I feel when it's not just graphics. You know, it kind of, I feel that sometimes makes a difference. You know,
it makes a difference, and it also has a sense of humor, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
When you see his belly to open, you know, and it's obvious that it's not, you know, the most sophisticated VFX.
Oh yeah, it was fun
really
to do
nice.
though. I mean,
it's really fun.
Oh yeah, I met this guy, I was in Cannes, and I met this guy, and I was like, do you think you can make me a body that would rip in half? And he was like, of course I can. So he comes up on the last day, brings us, well, the body when it arrived looked like the Simpsons character. It was yellow. It did not look like it, how it was supposed to. But, you know, we made it work, and we wanted to try and do as much as we could on set practically. So nearly everything is practical. We had to, you know, there obviously are little bits of CGI that you have to add on to it, but yeah, it was so fun to do.
Do you know what I was going to say? I think with this kind of practical effects, as you say, because you were saying there's a very interesting point that we're more willing to believe it when it's a bit more lo-fi. Perhaps there's something also in the idea that we enjoy the process. We can really enjoy the process more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, if you'd had a chance to look at a bit more of the credits, you'd have seen like there's a moment when my camera operator DOP is laughing as we pull this body just in two, and just everyone on set was having such a fun time. And you know, that last day we really overran. That was the last thing we were going to do, and luckily everyone decided to stay and help us finish it off, and everyone was laughing at the end, and it was just such a fun moment, you know.
Amazing. That's so fun.
Should give a quick shout out to your star actor, Matt Houlihan.
Matt, you're amazing again. Thank you for your hard work on the film.
Has he recovered?
Me and him are actually, sorry?
Has he recovered?
Recovered?
Yeah. From being torn in two.
Oh, from being ripped in half. Well, I hope so. You know, he's not showing me any other severe injuries. So
all right.
What were you going to say? You're working on something at the moment?
Yeah, me and him and a friend of ours, Marie Sophie, we've been trying to get a little short off the ground about, well, I guess it's about male toilets. This comedy is what we've got lined up. So, but that's a little more down.
Is it again physical comedy?
Yeah, Matthew wrote the script, and it's a really funny sort of Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin sort of practical sort of comedy slapstick. You know?
So that sort of feeds into our third question, which is
no, I just wanted to ask, what is your process with the actors, because a lot of the performances are a bit over the top.
Yeah, definitely. With Matt, obviously, like for him, it was quite hard because there was no dialogue written for his character. Like when I came up with the idea, he was just going to be silent, and a lot of it was about I just wanted the extreme facial expressions and things like that. Well, with Ashley, the yoga instructor, it's strange because I'd written a lot. I had obviously some lines of dialogue that I wanted, but I actually gave him a lot of room to sort of experiment and improv a bit. I was sort of thinking, you know, just imagine you're a new age yoga guru, think of all the crazy stuff you could say, and he did a great job. And I mean, yeah, it's over the top. That was kind of the vibe I wanted to go for, like that dirty B movie sort of feel. That's why we shot on Super 16 as well, and it's just to get that classic B movie vibe across.
Amazing. A lot of fun. Thanks so much for coming on. Let us show your film. That's all we got time for now. But yeah, thank you so much. We've got your Instagram up there. Is that the best way to check out your work?
Yeah, that's probably the best way. I also have a website. It's just www.alastairtrain.com, and you can find all my stuff on there as well. Or message me on Instagram and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, perfect. Throw it in the comments as well if you like, and people can get in on that. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing what you come up with next, Alastair.
Speak to you soon.
Speak to you. Bye. That was Alastair Train. Excellent.